Live from the East Memphis studios of KWAM, this is the Earle Farrell from Memphis Show. From humble beginnings in Odessa, Texas, he's been all over the Western Hemisphere, a radio and TV veteran, former restaurateur, and one-time male model. He's Earle Farrell, and he calls Memphis his home. This is the Earle Farrell from Memphis Show. And now, here's your host, Earle Farrell.
And welcome back, everybody. We're coming to you live today for the Memphis Jewish Home and Rehab. It's in Cordova, a lovely setting. It's you feel like you're in the country. I got up and took a little tour just a minute ago, and they've got an aviary. They've got two little, I guess they're finches out there, little beautiful little birds. And they got a huge aquarium with fish. And I went out. They got a library right off the room we're in right now, and then that leads out to the Holocaust Gardens, where they have a beautiful fountain and like a little waterfall out there. And then over in the other direction, they've got another outdoor area, so you can be inside, but you feel like you're outside because the light and the trees and everything. So it's very open and very comfortable. And they got really good furniture here, too, which I think is very important. I mean, if I'm going to go somewhere, I want it to be good furniture. No folding metal chairs. And that's certainly not what you're going to find here. I do want to mention some of our sponsors today. Fresh flower arrangement from Lynn Doyle Florist, and we're having everybody that comes in the room here sign up for it so they can win that. Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. We're going to give away his book. Two $30 gift certificates from Texas Roadhouse. Two $30 gift certificates from Dave and Buster's. I thought that was a liquor store, but apparently it's not. And a $25 gift certificate from Coletta's Italian restaurant, which I happen to love. And so, but they've got great food here too. But Coletta's is outstanding. Our next guest is Debbie Jackson. She's a board member and former family member of a resident here. And as a member of the board the past few years, I guess you're seeing the changes. You're aware of what's getting ready to happen with the addition. And it's got to be exciting for everybody around here.
It's so exciting. It really is. I mean, I'm seeing the changes here inside the home, but the new rehab, oh, my goodness. I'm not wanting to have rehab, but if I have to, I hope that I get to come here.
Well, and it's not just the rehab center; it's the whole place. I mean,
the whole place, and I mean, it's just since my dad was here, it's a total revision.
How long ago was he here?
He passed away in 2011, so it's been about 8 years ago.
And how long was he here?
He was here 2 years.
And
when we got him in this Jewish home, I felt like I'd won the lottery, because I'm going to tell you. This is the Ritz-Carlton of nursing homes. And I come here and make visits and to other, members that are from our synagogue. And I tell them that. If they're complaining or they're upset or sad, I say, but you're in the Ritz-Carlton. Did you know that? Yeah. So it's an awesome, awesome place.
But it is. You want the people that you love to be happy and as well taken care of as possible. And so you take them, this is the place to get in.
It definitely is.
And I was talking to Bobby earlier that you do about 1,000 patients a year,
mm-hmm.
And which means you have a lot of in people come and they rehab and then they're out again. How hard is it to get in though? You said you had to get your
when we were getting my dad in, it was a little tricky because they were doing the revision for the rehab. The first, having more
rehab,
exactly. So it was just it was a trickier time. It's not that it's that difficult, but it's definitely, if you have to do rehab now, this would definitely be the place. After everything I've seen, this is the place to come.
And long term?
He was here for long term.
Years.
Yeah, my dad was here for 2 years, and the care was wonderful. And I have to tell you that I lived just down the street at that time, and so I could pop in and out at any time of the day, and they knew I would, and he was always well taken care of. He really was.
But that's, most of the people that I know that do come back after their relative has been in a home, there's a certain affinity they have for that place because that was the last place.
Well, I was just saying to Joel, this is my passion, because they took such good care of my dad. And I knew with me living down the street, he wasn't going anywhere else. I was going to fight my way in here. So But I was so happy that he did get in here, because it was so convenient, and
So you weren't going to take no for an answer is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a little pushy that way.
I'm starting to see a trend here. Judy, now you.
I'm a little, I don't want to say this, but Jewish people, right? So
You always get your way. I understand.
I'm kind of a diva. But he had a dog that I was able to bring every single time I came. So everybody here loved Jersey and got to know Jersey, and he was a service dog. But even he wasn't a service dog, I would have been able to bring him. So.
And it's also the attitude of everybody here from, the people. I was the guy that was pushing down a cart with a big mat on it a minute ago and greeted me with a smile and, hey, how are you?
Right. It's so well run.
It really does make a difference.
You don't see people walking around talking on their phones and, it's just, I'm sure that's not allowed. And it's the Ritz-Carlton. What can I say?
I've stayed at a Ritz-Carlton before, and I'm starting to see some similarities.
It's a special place.
Do they have the same water pressure as they do at the Ritz-Carlton? That was what I really liked.
Knock
me down to my knees in the shower. Going,
that I couldn't tell you. But
probably in rehab, they probably got that.
I'm telling you, that rehab is phenomenal. It really and truly is.
And I think the fact that you do have aquatics that are going to be involved with that.
That was what I was most impressed with.
It's a very cutting-edge technology when it comes to rehab.
Exactly, yeah.
I've got a neighbor, he's a dentist, and he still practices like 2 days a week, and he's in his mid-80s, and what he's done every day since I've met him is he goes to the University of Memphis and swims every morning.
It's the best thing.
And it's low impact. It's every muscle your body you're using. It's great cardio, and looking at him, he's in great shape.
That's awesome. And that's awesome that he's doing that.
And I think that will really benefit everybody that comes here that chooses to do that therapy.
Right.
And but everything you're doing here, it's well thought out, and
we are very fortunate. The staff here is amazing. We're very fortunate to have Bobby Meadows, our director. He's really
obviously paid everybody off because everybody's saying good things.
Is everybody saying good things?
He brought me cookies. I like him.
Oh, okay. No, he's got a soft-spoken nature about him, but he must run a tight ship. That's all I can say.
I think because I've had bosses before, very soft-spoken. They just let you know what they expected and said, this is how we do it, and this is what we expect to happen.
I'm quite impressed. I've only been on the board. Well, I guess it's my second term. So I have been very impressed with everything. I feel like I'm still learning. I don't have the background that everybody does on this board, but I do have. Go ahead. I'll let you say whatever. Go ahead.
Well, because I'm going to say what you do bring is you've had a loved one be here,
right?
And you also knew how important it was that they come here. And you want to make sure that the quality of the home and what you do here continues to improve and get better and better for the people.
We want the best for these patients.
And I think that's its own quality right there. And not everybody has that, no matter what their background is. But that's a heartfelt quality. And I would also think that it's a benefit to people that come here for the first time. You meet them, they say, what can we expect? You're able to tell them with great confidence what they can expect.
I can. I really can. And anybody that is able to come here, I feel like they are very, they're just very lucky. They're very fortunate to get this experience. Nobody really wants to go, to a nursing home or to rehab for that matter. But if that's where you need to be, this is the place to be.
What you do is just to make up your mind if it's coming in for rehab that you're going to work very hard, and so you can go home as soon as possible.
Home. That's exactly right.
I know some of the people I'm in rehab with now have only got 2 more classes, and I can tell some of them are just kind of going through the motions. And you really do have to work at it because the harder you work at it, the better you get, and the faster you get out.
Exactly.
Because I see a lot of
slackers.
Well, they go to the bathroom a lot. Get up, get a towel. I'm over there going, and but I work that hard because I feel so much better after every one, and so as soon as I get through, I've got 2 more classes. I'll finish next Monday, and but I'm going to join a spa, and I'm going to keep up 3 days a week.
Well, good for you. Good for you.
I just want to find some people in much worse shape than I am.
I can understand that. So.
The Charles Atlas types all around. But so if you were to tell somebody, or I'm sure you run into people all the time.
Well, everybody that knows me knows how I feel about the Jewish home because my dad was here for 2 years. So they know this is, this, and I mean, this is just, it is the place to be. I mean, we're just lucky to have it. We really, really are. So I would encourage anybody, if they have a choice, to see if they can come here for their rehab, especially with this new facility. I mean, it is just outstanding.
Can people know they can take a tour of the part that's finished, but can they come look at plans or artist rendering of what the new part's going to look like?
I'm not sure. We were able to, I would think, but that's not up to me, but we were able to take a hard hat tour maybe about a month ago or so, or a few weeks ago, and it was, anybody that I know. The board came, but also people that made donations were invited, and we're still taking those donations. Let me just say that.
So if you want a tour, here's how you get one.
Exactly. We're
Call
still taking
555-2929 and say, I want a hard hat.
We're still taking donations, of course.
But seriously, if they do, just contact the Memphis Jewish Home and Rehab.
They'll connect you with the right person.
And say we'd like to talk to somebody about making a rehab.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll take your call.
I would think so. I would definitely think so.
Would you get like a plaque? Because I know there's a lot of names.
They are going to put you, if you make a donation, your name's going up there. So
hear that, George? Yes, George Bryan. I can see it now. The smallest donation ever made to the a record breaker.
Well.
The other thing I was going to ask you about is to come look at it before you need it, before your loved ones need it.
That's what I feel. I feel lucky that I did get to come before. I mean, hopefully I won't ever need it, but it might be in my future. And, yeah, that's so true, because when the time comes, I often don't get to make that decision. And, I mean, I can tell you it's probably the best facility in town.
Well, I keep hearing it, and I believe it because we've been to a lot. And plus, I'm not going to argue with any of you people.
Right. Well, they take such good care of you here. I mean, it's not just about the facility. It's about good patient care, compassionate care. There's more to it than just the facility, because I think they hire the best and they make sure that you get the best care.
I saw that when I came out of my surgery and went to ER after surgery. And the care I got in there, then they take you to step down, and you could tell a difference in that just because of the attention that you get in the emergency room in the heart and cardiac area. It's just those are the very best people that are there.
Right.
And you probably got the very best people you can find in this area.
I think that's who they hire here. I really do. And I think if they, if you're not doing your job, you're not going to have a job. So
well, and it's so attitudinal. I know. If you have somebody that comes in and has a bad attitude, it can make everybody unhappy.
Well, I know we just had a woman that they honored that's been working.
I thought you were going to say, we just had a woman we had to get rid of.
No.
She's out of here.
I wasn't going to do that, no.
She was a troublemaker.
I wouldn't even know that. But we just honored someone that has been working here for 30 years. That says a lot.
That does.
Okay.
We're not going to mention the woman you had to
that you had to let go.
To be a woman. I'm sure there's not one of those.
Hopefully not, but it happens, I'm sure. So.
But not in your eyesight.
I haven't seen it. I just haven't seen it. So, we have
Bobby
social
handles
workers
all
here.
that.
Yeah, Bobby's in charge.
I always tell him I had my restaurant, so I had to let him go. I said, I'm not firing you. You fired yourself.
There you go. You go.
As soon as you stop crying, you can leave.
There you go.
Debbie Jackson, thank you for coming by and chatting with us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for coming to the Jewish home.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back. Stay with us.